The Victoria's Secret lingerie brand has decided to drop its woke feminist makeover from a few years ago to promote body positivity. And they're now going to, mad idea, prioritise sex appeal over female empowerment after being hit with falling sales. The American lingerie brand stopped its catwalks with its signature angels in 2018 and declared it wanted to be the world's leading advocate for women, a lingerie brand. But it now seems it's decided that going woke does mean going broke, and they've decided to backtrack on that. Well, joining me now to discuss this is Jess Gill, who's a political YouTuber. Good afternoon to you, Jess.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me on.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. I mean, what I absolutely love it is when a lingerie, a sexy lingerie brand decides that, oh, we're going to want to empower women. What this means, along with companies like Dove, making soap and moisturiser, what we're going to do is we're going to, instead of have a load of really idealised women with the sort of perfect body that, let's be honest, virtually every single woman on this planet would die to have, we're going to have some fatter women, some women with normal imperfections that we all have, maybe a little bit older, and, a little bit chubbier and all of that, and not looking perfect. And we're going to appeal to ordinary women. And the trouble with that is ordinary women don't want to look at ordinary women. They want to look at these gazelle-like goddesses. And if you're watching on telly, I'm sure you'll be able to see some of these pictures and be enjoying it. There's an incentive, you chaps. If you're listening still or listening online, you get to see it on the telly. I mean, this is so predictable, isn't it? Everyone tries to go woke and the customers say, no thanks, not interested. And then they have to change their minds.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, go woke, go broke. As we've seen with Dylan Mulvaney, with Bud Light, people just want a good company which delivers a good product. I don't get this push for representation. When I see a Victoria's Secret model, I want an aspiration rather than a representation. And why does representation only mean representing those who are plus size? I actually don't know many people who look like those Victoria's Secret models, the woke Victoria's Secret models. I mean, I'm all for, having a conversation around eating disorders and talking about body positivity in that sense, but it doesn't need to be everywhere. When you want to buy something from a lingerie store, you want it to look good and you want the, let's face it, best body there is.
Yeah, and it is by definition an aspirational purchase. I mean, let's face it, a lot of it will be bought by the men of the women who will end up wearing it and probably getting the size wrong, and marriages break up over this all the time, I'm told. I think my husband's ever been brave enough to do that. But this is the thing. Women want to imagine that's what they look like. Their other halves would like to imagine that's what they look like. I mean, and again, we're told, well, women, no, not all women look like this. No, but we all in our heads think that we're maybe just one summer diet away from having, legs all the way up to our shoulders and, and looking this way. These are aspirational images, and that's what we like to see. And it's like, if you're advertising a face cream, anti-aging or anti-spot face cream, you don't want a picture of a woman who's got loads of wrinkles or a woman with loads and loads of spots going, no, it's working for me. It would have been a lot worse otherwise. Of course you don't. You end up having a 25-year-old modelling for skin cream for women advertised in their 50s. But this is the thing. There is this agenda, not even almost, there is an agenda to constantly lecture women about how you should be positive about your body, no matter what it looks like. Now, I don't think we should be worshipping this sort of size 0. That's not even healthy for most women, or even size 10 that's healthy and slim. I think we should accept that women are all different sizes. I'm 5'11". I ain't going to be size 10 unless I starve myself for a year. Never going to happen, and don't want it to happen. But I also don't think we should be encouraging body positivity to women who are grossly overweight and, as a result, will have health problems and will die sooner because of their weight. And there's a lot of that going on now.
I think this is just to show how superficial modern day feminism has become.
Yes.
The modern day feminist brand is all about body positivity, but they don't dare, these companies which claim to be feminist, don't dare talk about how a woman is an adult human female. In fact, they ostracize them and put trans women yeah, on their logos, like Bud Light, although I don't think women are drinking that, or like beauty cosmetic companies. They are so keen to put transgender women, aka biological men, on their products, but not this. I think this is just a general attack on beauty. You know, women being sexual is still not allowed. It's a whole debate whether it should be allowed, but women being sexual isn't allowed. However,
you say
trans
that
women,
I don't agree with you at all. As a woman in her 50s and as a mother of a teenage girl, I'm absolutely horrified on a daily basis by the hypersexualization of young women in our society. I mean, literally everything out 24/7, and the sort of the pumped up lips and the eyelashes. Every woman trying to, well, not every woman. I mean, thank God my daughter doesn't do this, but like trying to look like Barbie dolls, trying to look. Frankly, a lot of women now seem to want to look like blow-up dolls. I mean, I find it repulsive.
Okay, I'll correct my statement there. Women being sexualized isn't presented in a positive light. It's only seen through the lens of objectification. I'd say the Victoria's Secret angels are an okay sense of that. It's a fine sense of that. Whereas Cardi B, you know, shaking her bum, being butt naked in a music video, that's seen as fine. Or even like Sam Smith wearing nipple tassels.
Yeah. But it's all billed as empowerment. Whereas, I mean, certainly for women, I think it's just women playing to a pornographic role. But it's okay, because as long as they're saying I'm doing it, it's my choice, as opposed to a rapper getting them to do it in the background, then it's empowerment. I agree with you. I think you absolutely nailed it when you said how how superficial modern day feminism is, you know, where we are now. I'm going to come to Emma Revel in just a second on this, but I also want to ask you, you brought up about trans models being used and trans activists using modelling to women when they do it with men. Yeah. Men ain't having none of this stuff. They will not put up with it. They're not interested. They don't tend to get away with it. Gillette, people like that, when they've done it with even just telling men that you're horrible, you're a bad man, you should be a knight, you should be more like a woman. Men have gone, well, I won't buy your razors then, sod off, and quite rightly. But J.K. Rowling, wonderful, wonderful hero of mine, she has said rather wonderfully, she would happily go to prison rather than refer to trans women as women. She has said, we keep being told trans women are women, you know, get over it. She's saying no, and if it becomes effectively a law under the next Labour government that you can't, you know, misgender someone, i.e. use the wrong gender about a biological male, she said, then I'll go to prison. And she reckons she'll do OK in prison, but she'd rather do that than be forced to lie. I agree with her. Do you?
Yeah, she's such an icon, and it's so amazing how forward she is, how unashamed and unafraid of the repercussions. I genuinely believe she means this. It isn't just celebrity virtue signaling. It's so iconic. And women have been in trouble by the police with non-crime hate incidents. Why do they exist? Like, I remember this story of a 50-year-old woman she got in trouble for putting stickers that say keep single-sex spaces single-sex. The police knocked on it all.
She just took a photograph of the sticker. And she got in trouble. She hadn't done anything with it, but someone had seen it. I mean, it was terrifying. I agree with you. I think J.K. Rowling, absolute hero, and I know she believes every word. I'm loving angry. I don't give two hoots. J.K. Rowling. It's her best version of herself. She's a hero to so many of us. Absolute pleasure to have you on the show. I hope you'll come back. Jess Gill there, political YouTuber.